Camera's going. Do you see the little red blinking light?
No. I didn't even know there ever was a red blinking light.
It must not be. It's kind of weird. Hey guys!
We are The Road Chose Us.
And I'm Ruben.
I'm Shay.
Blitz is over there chewing on his toy.
I'm sure you'll see him eventually.
Yeah, he gets a little bit crazy. He's still a little puppy.
Yeah.
3.5 months.
Mm-hmm.
And we're building out a van. So, this would be our first video. We haven't really done anything else. We've done some like Instagram post. But the reason we haven't done anything is because we've just been cleaning and tearing stuff down instead of building it up. And watching someone clean isn't very fun. So
yeah, most people get their vans new, and we got a used van. So and it was a work van, so it was really dirty. Yeah.
All right, a little bit about the van. We got a T1N Sprinter. It's a 05?
Yep,
05. 200,000 miles, $3,000. It was beat up, looked like it had been hit by a forklift, completely trashed on the inside. Didn't run, had a blown turbo, but it was a dually, and it was the 158 wheelbase, which is kind of what we wanted, and it was a high roof.
Yep.
And those things are gold around here, so we thought $3,000 was a steal.
Yep.
So we ended up paying some guy to tow it down from where we bought it to a storage unit where I put in a new turbo. Ran pretty good. Still having a little bit of issues. It goes into what's it called?
Limp mode.
Limp mode. Goes into limp mode, and then it starts spewing out white smoke, and then I pull over to the side of the road, turn it off, turn it back on, and it's fine again. And then all of a sudden I go in limp mode again. So I think it's a sensor, because when the turbo blew, it just dumped a bunch of oil down the exhaust and the intercooler, and I had to burn it all out. So I'm imagining some of those sensors are messed up. But got that done. For the dents, I'm pretty sure a forklift did hit it. I ended up paying two guys off Craigslist $300 to compound out some dents, which they did. I wasn't super happy with the job that they did. I couldn't have pounded out the dents myself, but there's the $300 for what they said they were gonna do. Like, their bonder work was not very good at all. It was actually pretty crappy. Yeah. And it didn't look good. So I guess just live and learn for that. What else?
Pull up the bulkhead, had to remove vinyl.
It's hours and hours of scraping off vinyl.
Yeah.
So much vinyl.
Yeah, just cleaning and cleaning. It was just greasy and oily and dirty inside.
Pulled out the factory flooring, and it was disgusting underneath, and yeah, it was terrible. Yeah, so it's basically just been a lot of cleaning. Yeah, cleaning, fixing everything so we can get started on actually building it out. Yeah. Which has been like 3 months that we've just been cleaning and trying to... Yeah, so it's... And it's the middle of winter. Yeah, so it's hard to get things done. And we've had a super mild winter, but still. Yeah, it's hard when it's still chilly out. Yeah. Yeah. Especially when stuff like paint doesn't dry unless it's over a certain temperature, so yeah, you paint something and go back and it's still wet the next day. It kind of sucks. Yeah, then you can't do anything anyways. Yeah. So anyways, we finally finished that, so we're starting to build it out. We did the floor first. For the flooring, we're looking at it, and we just decided to do a 1/2 inch polyiso board in between a grid. I had to go buy a table saw, rip down a couple 2x4s into 1/2 inch I don't know what you call them, 1/2 inch strips, formed it in a grid, make sure that the strips were actually where we walked the most. So on the sliding door, there's a lot of support there, and down the center, because we're going to have counters on both sides, there's a lot of support there. You filled in all the spaces in the grid with the 1/2 inch polyiso, and then 3 down 7/16 OSB on top of that. It doesn't flex at all. It actually worked out really well. Ended up being a lot cheaper. It's still short enough where I'm not going to hit my head, which was a huge concern of ours, and that's why we went with a 1/2 inch instead of a full inch. Yep. So there's that. Talk about the insulation.
So for the insulation, we decided to go with foam insulation, so we went with foam it green. It was just kind of a bit more time saving, other than having to kind of tape everything out that we didn't want the foam insulation on. That took a while, but once we actually insulated it, it took about 20 minutes. And, well, Ruben did it. I watched. The insulation part. I taped it out. I helped tape it out.
That was the hard part, for sure.
Yeah. We got the 202 kit from Foam It Green, and then we finished it out with the half poly ISO in the large spaces.
So we just used that 1/2 inch leftover poly ISO to fill in the gaps.
Yeah.
If we had to do it again, we'd probably get some more 1/2 inch poly ISO, or even 1 inch, whatever you want to do, and fill in the gaps a little bit more, because the Foam It Green works really, really well in the cracks.
Yeah.
And the poly ISOs are really easy to fill in the large spaces, so that way you can get away with less Foam It Green, which is more expensive.
Yeah, but the kit was really great. It came with everything down to
everything.
Yeah.
It's so simple and easy to use. We highly recommend it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean it was just so easy. So.
Yeah, we sprayed it on. A couple things to remember about foam. First off, don't be shooting it into any cracks. Foam has to expand. If it doesn't have anywhere to expand, it's going to disform the metal and force it out. You're going to start breaking stuff. Break the joints in between the ribs and the actual van skin. And we've seen videos or pictures of people that have sprayed it on too thick. The foam, whenever it cures, it heats up. It's a chemical reaction. It's actually 2 different canisters. You're mixing them together, you're spraying it on, and it heats up. And if you spray it on too thick, it gets too hot, and it will actually warp the van walls. So keep it under 1 inch. If they say 1 inch, we kept it like 1/2 inch per coat, just because we didn't want to risk it.
Yeah.
So that would have been terrible. Our van just would have been shot.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Not worth it.
Yeah.
So then for the outside of the van right now, it looks like a free candy van. It looks kind of creepy. So we knew we needed to do something for the outside of the van as well. So we started with Vivid Wraps. We were going to vinyl wrap it, but that was going to be really hard and actually take quite a while.
Time.
Yeah, so then we decided to get some paint instead. So we went with this Durabac 18 paint. It'll fill in the small dents in the van. We can roll it on. It's going to be a lot easier, time saving. It'll look better. It's a nice gray color.
And we can do small portions at a time.
Yeah.
So we can do like one side and then come back the next day and do the other side.
Yeah.
And because it actually blends together.
Yeah.
It's not going to leave any marks in between colors and coats.
Yeah.
So we went with that. Glad actually we found that, because I did want to do a bed liner, but I didn't want to have the grit in it. I didn't want any texture. So Durabac's one of the few companies that make a bed liner that's actually smooth.
Yeah.
So
it should turn out really well.
Yeah. And now if we go and hit a branch or something, it's not going to rip up the vinyl.
Yeah.
And then we'd have to do the whole panel over again.
Yeah, which would
have sucked.
Yeah.
Next thing, windows. So our van was a cargo van, so it didn't have any windows except the front ones. And so instead of spending $1,500 on glass windows, we decided just to go with acrylic. It's 1/8 inch acrylic. That we did it that way because it's actually easier to work with. It's cheaper. We could get it right up the road. We can form it ourselves. We actually got enough panels to do it double paned. So the first panel is going to be just glued on, and then the second panel is going to be velcroed on, so we can actually take it off and on and clean out any moisture that might build up. Now, first panel is also going to have the static cling window tint, and that's just to tint the windows. You can't use a regular like adhesive tint on it, because the acrylic will actually off-gas and create small little bubbles. That would just make it look terrible. Yeah. And then you can't, it's not like a normal window where you can just scrape the tint off. also scratch your window. So this will work out really well. If it bubbles up or something, you just peel it back, spray a little bit of water on, squeegee it down, it should be fine. So that's why we went with that one.
Hey, let's... No.
What?
So for our solar, we got the monocrystalline solar. We got 4 100-watt panels, so 400 watts altogether. It's really flexible, so it's low profile. Boom, solar panel.
Boom.
Flexible.
Boom.
Yeah, so that way we can just put it on the roof. It's like the same price as everything else, so why not? So, yeah, that's our solar.
Alright, what's next?
The
Charge controller. We got the MPPT. It's right here in this box. That is a MPPT solar charger and our solar charge controller. And we went with the MPPT just because it's able to utilize all the power coming from the solar panels a little bit better and actually change that, convert that down into amperage that you actually need or can use.
Oh, sorry, baby.
What's the matter?
I think I just hurt his arm a little. Picking him up. Too big.
Alright, let's start that one over. So, we went with the MPPT from Ever. And one, because it's one of the cheaper MPPT charge controllers. And it was off of Amazon, so free shipping's always kind of nice.
Yeah.
And we got the whole kit. It's the 35 amp kit.
So next we have our Max Air fan. So that's a roof fan that's going on the top of our van. Woo! Which Ruben's going to grab and demonstrate. So, with our fan, it's from Panther RV Products. Check them out. They're pretty great. We can open it while it's raining. It has 12 speeds on it, which means no remote. It sucks and blows air, which is very important. Sucks and blows air that has no remote. So that way we don't have to keep track of a remote or anything like that, which would be a total pain in the van. So yeah, should be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got that.
Fan.
Fan.
And then we have this.
Alright, next is our power inverter. We went with the Ames Power Pure Sine 1500 watt because we figured 1500 watts will get us away with whatever we need to run without being overkill. And we went with the Pure Sine because we have Apple products and we're hearing that the modified Sine, even though it's cheaper, it's actually harder on appliances, and Apple products don't like the modified sine wave. If you actually look at the actual waves, Pure Sine wave is nice and curvy. Modified sine, this is super blocky. It looks like little steps. So
yeah.
Yeah, that's our Pure Sine wave inverter.
So then we have our bed. We'll show that to you another time, probably whenever we do put it in the van.
Clips and videos.
Yeah. But basically we made it so that way it can be a couch during the day and then pull out at night when we need it as a bed. So you just kind of pull on it and it'll come out. We didn't want to put a bed that was permanent because it just took up a lot of space. We wanted to utilize the very back of the van for the kitchen, so that way we could cook, open up the doors, stuff like that. So yeah, we had it where we could have a sofa during the day, and not only that, but we have it where we can open it and have storage underneath. It's actually really big storage, so...
And so hold our...
Yeah, snowboards, backpacking gear, climbing gear.
Rock climbing gear.
Yeah, everything that we really need, which is kind of great because we didn't really know what we were what we were gonna do with all of our extracurricular activity gear. So
yeah, because most people will build like a garage
yeah.
underneath their bed in the back, but because we got our bed in the front and our kitchen in the back.
Yeah, it just allowed us to open up more space and walkway and
not feel so
yeah
boxed in, I guess.
Yeah, so
yeah, it should be nice.
Yep, and then last but not least,
so this is the third time we've tried to make this video.
We did unbox this, but it didn't.
It was an unboxing video, which you guys don't get to watch.
Yeah, so now you just get to see it.
You get to see the lifting up video.
Yeah.
Ba-bam! Our little wood stove.
Yeah.
Yeah, just got it from Canada. It took them like a week to ship it, which is awesome.
Yep.
Because it's gonna take
like 2 weeks to get our flooring
from Home Depot.
Yeah.
So all the way from Canada. We're super excited about this thing. We're trying to figure out how to heat the van, and there's diesel heaters. There's Mr. Buddy heaters. The Mr. Buddy heater puts off a lot of moisture, and the diesel heaters cost $300-400, and they're running on diesel. And it would have been kind of a pain to install it and plumb and everything like that. And so, and we wanted kind of
a homey feel.
The feel of a fire. What's better than sitting down at night in front of a fire, drinking some wine, watch a movie. Yeah. So,
should be exciting.
Yeah, so we got that. Super excited about it.
Yep.
And it looks like it's very well made. So, everyone said that they are awesome.
It's heavy.
Very heavy.
Yeah.
Actually, not that bad. I'm just really strong. Alright, so
stay tuned for more videos. They will get more exciting.
Yeah, when we're actually building stuff out instead of just cleaning stuff and buying stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
And even better whenever we actually start going out.
Yep.
So we have plans to leave
May 1st.
May 1st. Be out here by the end of April. So.
Yep. So about a month and a half.
Yeah.
That's what we have to build this.
Yeah. So the crunch is on. Yeah, but stay tuned for more videos. And click the subscribe button.
On either side, who knows where it is.
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. We'll put links to everything we got down below. That's what people say. So.
Down below. Make money. Click on the links. Make your money. Donate.
We don't have any of that stuff.
The GoFundMe. It's for a charity. The I Want to Go Travel charity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet he's gonna pee.
I bet so.
Yep.
Alright.
Alright,
So,
thanks guys.
Thanks for watching. Till next time.
Till next time.
That's all, folks.